Where's that picture, Archer?
Alright.
What picture?
Why do so many fucking kids watch my content? I
And
swear
we're
so
live.
much, and I
We're
talk about
definitely going right
terrible
now. Let me.
Kid. They need to stay off your lawn and not watch your content.
Oh Jesus.
You know,
are you guys
one of
done?
my most
Are you guys
vocal
done
supporters
now?
found me through these fucking live streams.
We're definitely going right now. So just to let you guys know.
Archer, where's
God.
that image you drew of you and Cloudy?
Here.
No.
I yeeted that. Jesus.
Yeah, he drew a picture of him and Cloudy going not so bad anymore during the last
Considering
stream with buttons.
Considering the people y'all talked about last
No,
stream, he does not look bad.
Well, almost. I mean, yeah, almost. It was
All
almost
right.
true.
I mean, Cloudy still sucks though.
Yeah.
What?
All right. So for you guys who want to
I hurt
know,
his
basically
feelings.
right now, let's get to the jazz thing right off the bat. Let me just have the right thing here pulled up.
Oh God! Come here.
So this is the Twitter account in question here. It's at CyberAfter. And here is the fundraiser. Could you like to cue us in how what this wonderful person, Jasmine, whatever the fuck it says here, what discomfort have they heaped upon you, Patch?
I just want to say before Patch talks,
Um,
this person is in my server.
Who is?
Get them out.
Oh, I mean, Jazz can come in here and defend herself if she'd like.
If she
Alright.
wants to, but
She
there's
hasn't.
really no
She
defense.
hasn't shot her foot off nearly as bad as Molly has as of this second, but we'll give her time.
I mean, I think
That would be a
falsely
tall
accusing
order.
me of child abuse and bestiality is pretty much like.
Okay, so let's
pretty
address the
cool.
child abuse. The absolute worst accusation was that you were accused of calling parents on kids who were hanging around with dangerous people. Correct?
Yeah, the worst accusation that was made was that I called someone's mom.
That's
That's all
They
I
tried
did.
to make hay out of it, though. That's the point.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, it was really like I think a logic person would. Yeah, that's nothing compared to.
And that was an
Hello, Mrs.
actual.
What's her name?
That was an actual.
Wait,
Yeah, that was an actual. Go ahead.
all I did was like, "Hello, Mrs. What's her name? This is Shiloh Conner. I'm an associate of blah 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 blah, and I found that your daughter is hanging around grown men in their 40s and posting about her kinks on Twitter. You might want to reel your kid in before she ends up doing something she'll regret. Thanks. Have a wonderful day." And then I fucking hung up, and I never got a call back.
No, there's another point of contention about Jazz. I believe Leo Convoy said that Jazz was a coward for not leaving her household. Do you think if she gets this $10,000, she'll actually leave this quote unquote abusive household?
No,
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 this
guys,
is the
hold on.
thing. Leo said that Jazz was a coward for not being willing to defend herself or ask for help, which mildly shitty. But I mean, seeing as Jazz perpetually makes the fact that she's dealing with even the most minor of struggles into the biggest fiasco ever, and then pulls shit like hanging out with Buttons, who's dating an orbiter.
No, we
They're
don't have to
also
whisper it now. Well, let's
looking-
let's read this off right now. Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine. But most of you know me as Cyber or Jazz. I'm entirely new to this whole GoFundMe thing. Is that true? This is the first one?
I think so.
Okay, I was extremely hesitant on making this one for years. We'll get there in a minute, Maul. Out of fear and feeling
Leo.
bad. What's
He
wrong?
wanted in. His
Chuck him
Jazz
in!
also. I did, but
He's
Jazz
in.
also. Let me talk. I've been trying to interject for like 5 times.
Take it
now.
away, Rouge.
Fucking Jazz. Jazz made accusations against Lio too.
What did she specifically say about Lio?
I am trying to go back through the messages with Patch, but they would know that.
I'd like to point out here,
Oh yeah, the allegations were that Leo was a child abuser and a
Yeah,
groomer.
I was supposed to get around to Jazz's thing. It's been on the back burner. I do apologize. Stuff has come up. There've been a couple of things, but I guess we're gonna give a sneak preview about that right now. Again, let me continue to read off here.
Yeah, go on.
And was extremely hesitant on making one for years, blah blah blah. But I really need help. I'm not one to beg for money unless I am desperately need it. Does she desperately need it right now?
I don't know.
Okay, moving on.
Jazz?
I've lived in a bad household for years. You guys can interject when we're done. It's gotten bad to the point of physical abuse. My mother's fiance has lived with us nearly 7 years. I still question how I've managed to put up with the abuse for this long. I was caught up caught up in my fear to think about it, what was best for me. Outcomes of being caught and being abused more filled my head with thinking I would never be able to leave and seek help. I've been afraid up. There we go.
You had to click read more.
Yeah, no, I got it. Afraid up to now. Now that I'm 18, I feel as though you can't do anything to me. Though, that doesn't stop the constant berating that they give me here at home. You could move out. I've often called too stupid to get an education. Does anyone disagree with that?
Well, have we proven otherwise?
Yes. All right.
Any objections?
No, there's no objections about. There seems to be a consensus that you may, in fact, be too stupid to get an education. Told that I will never
If
be
it
able.
ain't gonna take, community college. If it ain't gonna take,
We'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
Told that I'll never made it a clear, decent enough job. Called useless, etc. Are there other people that've been calling her useless like that online? Okay, moving along. It messes with my self-esteem and severely hurts me when I'm told this by people who are supposedly to care and love me. I don't feel love in this house, and it hurts me more than anything else. I realized that I can't keep living here if I want to get an education, a job, and the ability to finally be an adult. Living in this household has restricted my ability to make social interactions outside of the internet. That would be the disease now. Yes.
yeah, that's.
When did this go up? When did she start this?
No, hold on. We'll get to all this.
19 hours ago.
We will get to all.
All right, I'm calling. Yeah, I'm just gonna say I strongly disagree that it's not your household at this point. I was in college for a short period of time before leaving due to personal reasons. My mom would stick around the college campus to check on me. Even in college, I felt limitless to what I could do. I was afraid to make friends and get close out of fear of my mother trying to control me, who I hang out with. I'm assuming. I've rejected so many opportunities to make friends and hang out with them, all because I couldn't stop being scared. I regret not being able to get out of the shell during that time. My friends even desperately tried to get me to see the campus doctor, but I was too afraid of my mom to see one. We're just gonna go the whole way. Okay, it hasn't seen a doctor since I was 14. So living here has also put my health in a lot of risk. Bleeding, bruising, cuts, minor seizures, even fainting have occurred throughout those 4 years without seeing a doctor. Sometimes these kind of conditions put me at risk of not being able to finish commissions. Oh heavens, the commissions. My body feels constantly drained and unable to do simple tasks at times. There are days where I am unable to even stand because of the amount of pain I go through. I'm not allowed to take medicine here at home because my mom doesn't believe that they're there to help you. So I have to bear with the pain no matter how much it hurts. I hope you're remembering all this, Leo. So much.
You have a question about allowed to take medicine. I just got a couple questions. Yeah, I'm out of.
Yeah,
I feel like there's another side.
I feel like there's a lot of things we should be interjecting as we're going along here, Leo. I don't think anyone's going to remember this shit by the time we're done. Are you positive we should do this? Like, I'll read it off, and then I thought like reacting to it as we go is probably more productive.
I would prefer, because once you're done here,
okay,
I'm going to go on a tangent.
All right, just making sure.
Why are we? We're holding off on the good shit. Leo's got a tangent. Oh my god.
Okay, my mom's fiance hasn't even been nice to me in years. He's been physically, verbally abused me. He still continues to do so. He would drag me by the hair and leave me outside in the cold. I have no privacy in my home. He badgers me in my room. Since there's no lock without warning, he lectures me about locking the doors in the house, and it leaves me with no privacy whatsoever. Years ago, when I was 13, he attempted to push himself onto me. He barged into my room and chased me out until he pinned me to the floor. I was beyond terrified. I managed to escape back into my room, but it still scares me to this day. I'm scared. It terrifies me to have to live with someone who has repeatedly hurt me. My mother is aware of everything, yet still continues to force me to live here. I rarely eat because I am afraid of him. My body isn't accustomed to eating anymore. it makes me beyond weak. I hate not being able to carry certain things at times. I've been forced into isolation for too long, and I've been... I can't keep living here. He cuts my internet at certain times of night. I know Mal's going to talk about that. Keeping me from doing commissions and talking to my friends. He never liked it when I've made friends, and it's not unusual for him to cut it off. But considering now that I have a job in art, it's hard for me to contact my commissioners when I'm being constantly restricted. I want to leave so bad. I can't keep living here if I want to be happy independent. It's hard to do so if I'm constantly being tugged on a leash. I'm asking for money to help me move out, to help me get an apartment in California, to be closer to friends, and to help me with necessary things that will help me, groceries, bills. First,
Hey, Anthony, you know why I think they're gonna do real well here in California?
yeah.
They're obviously full of crap.
Oh, okay. I can't.
Yeah.
I can wait until I reach.
I mean, if any of this is true, then that explains why Jazz is such a compulsive liar. Because
we're down to the nitty and the gritty. We've got like 5 to 6 lines to go. Bear with me. If we were going to be jumping in periodically, it would have been a lot better. But now that I'm here on the back end, I can't wait until I reach the goal. So please don't rush So please don't rush to donate, even if you're unable to. I appreciate you, everything you do. Support me. It means the world to me, so thank you. You can reach me on Twitter, in my Discord server. There's a link there. I won't flood my Twitter with updates on my home life. I somehow doubt that that's probably already been failed. But I will mention it in my server. If you want to keep up the date, that's what happens to me. If you have any questions in regards to any of this, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will be more than open to discuss concerns and questions, etc. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Okay, take it away, Leo.
First and foremost, Moto drop. She lives in Texas. Just going to go ahead and put that out there. All right, so some things I want to cover here. First and foremost, Jazz has been shopping around this GoFundMe for about a year now at least. Now, am I going to pretend that Jazz's home life is good? No, I'm not going to. However, every single bit of actual tangible advice she has been given by me, by Sheldon, by Vita, by literally anybody has always been disregarded. And the reason why it's disregarded is because it forces her to change. She's claiming that she can't socialize outside of school. Well, here's the thing.
Outside of the internet.
Outside of the internet. But here's the thing. For about a week, we got her to start socializing at her school. She dropped it because she doesn't want to do it, because it takes effort. And here's the thing. She's going to move to California, 10 grand, California. You won't make it.
That'll last you a month. Yep.
And here's the thing. Like, we can sit here, and I'm not going to begrudge Jazz wanting to get out, but the point is there's a lot more functional ways she could have. She has been 18 since November. She refuses to stand up to her mother. She refused to fight back. In fact, the fact that I told her she should, she ran around telling people I told her to assault her mother. Now, I do not bear a grudge for Jazz wanting to leave an abusive home. Not at all. But what I do take issue with is the fact that Jazz, due to her actions, wound up with somebody trying to dox me, trying to dox my wife, and not once have we heard an apology. Not once has Jazz tried to backtrack that. So here's the thing I'm thinking. Jazz, you lie through your teeth to everybody. You have stabbed in the back every online friend you have ever had. So I want you to get all 10 grand of this. I want you to move out, and I want you to not ever show your face here again. And here's the kicker. I don't think you're going to last, because you make bad decisions. You don't listen to sound advice, because you don't like being taken outside of your comfort zone. You have no problem lying to people, trying to sully my name, Patch's name, anybody who you have a tiny little grudge against because they told you functional advice instead of coddling you. So when you inevitably fail because you have predisposed yourself to it by your own hard-headed stupidity, and I know you're going to run around to what few friends you have left and talk about how big and mean and abusive Leo is for telling you off, you're going to fail because of your own arrogance and stupidity. And maybe, just maybe, once you do and you wind up having to start over with no friends and no money, you'll do the basic bare bones, get a job, stop acting like a stupid little girl, and get on with your life.
Living in a van down by the river.
Like,
Wow.
all jokes
wow.
aside, like, I remember during that fucking, Leo told me to assault my mom bullshit when she came to me
What
to try
exactly
and get
did
you
you
demoted.
say, Leo? Yeah, I was trying to.
Okay, here's what I said. Jazz in Barrel had one point said, my mom has gotten physically assaulting towards me before. She has gotten physically violent. Jazz, how old are you? 17? Fight back.
Hit her, but yeah, it's the
Fight
only
back.
way they're gonna stop.
Actually,
Okay,
my
Learn
first-
how to defend
all right.
yourself.
My
Buy
first
a
thing-
weapon.
My first thing was call the cops. Well, I don't want to get the police. Then hit her. Well, I
Yeah.
don't want to hit my mom. I don't know if I'll win that fight. Get a bat. We went down. It's like, you have to defend yourself.
Right.
And what
All
she
right.
did, it gets worse. What she did was she ran and told Patch because she wanted to be in Patch's server because Jazz likes attention.
And
And
Leo's one
told-
of my admins.
And
and told-
sympathy from people, apparently. Yeah.
Told Patch that I told her to assault her mother and that I threatened to dox her because Leo man bad, which what I said to her was the only reason why I haven't quote unquote doxed you, because at the time she was dating someone in his mid-20s when she was 17, is because your mother is a psychopath. That's what I said to her. Now, not only did she tell Patch this lie about Leo wants to assault me, after we had previously gotten into a call and I made it crystal clear in front of Jace, Sheldon, Vita, Stalin, Step, Baiji, and about 3 or 4 other people. No, here's what happened, Jazz. Here's what I said. Here's the full intent. You understand now? Yes? Yes, I understand. After that is when the Zoophile police thing happened, and she claimed she wants me to attack my mother. He wants to harass children. So no, Jazz, you are a habitual liar. You cannot help yourself because you have to be a victim. You are incapable of being able to process how to change your life for the better. You just want to be able to sit in calls and get pity from people. And
I
whenever
literally
you are,
offered to help her the same way we helped Minhart. Give her a list of pro bono attorneys to look for. Give her a form for emancipation filing.
Well, she's 18, so she doesn't need to.
She
She
file
wasn't
for
18 at the
emancipation,
time.
yeah.
She
but
was,
right now,
she was 17 at the time.
she could walk out of her mother's house, find a shelter, especially with what's going on right now. Find a shelter, move on with her life right now. No, but what does she want to do instead? Move to California. Why? Because it's California. It's the status.
10
thing.
grand, guys. Like, and I'll break this down. Like, let's say a basic apartment is $1,000 a month. That's, plus deposit, plus expense to move, plus renter's insurance, which is required in the state. Like that 10 grand, over half of that is gone. Like closer to 7 grand.
And she doesn't have a car. She doesn't have a driver's license. She has nothing.
Oh, no driver's license.
And if you're in a
that's
roommate
wonderful.
situation
So,
like I am, 10 grand will maybe last you 3. It
that's
lasted
not
me 3
like,
months. That's
what I'm
not
saying
enough.
is, like, that is like, you better have a job lined up if you're into the worst job market in the state, like into the country. You better have a job lined up, because like those, I don't know if those commissions or whatever it is they're doing to support themselves right now.
How's the outbreak
like,
in California right now?
Not
Bad.
good. No,
we're-
we're quarantined for at least 2 weeks, and all the businesses are closed, and it's not a good time to be coming out here. No.
Yeah, and
There's
here
a statewide shelter in place order. Half of the hospitals are refusing to give people tests for coronavirus because they don't
you
look
need
sick
respiratory No, you need like respiratory symptoms. Like that's how few test kits there are, Badge. Like that's legit.
Would you say that is Texas probably in a better position or situation?
Texas
way
has
better.
always been in a better
They're
position.
open for business right now, bro. Like, yeah, they're fine.
Not to mention they have the most affordable housing market in the United States. You could buy a house for the price of a VCR in some parts of
That's
Texas.
not entirely right, but
why
it
do
is
you
a
think my
better.
mom moved
Yeah.
there?
So there was another point, Molly, you had to bring up here when she said that my
VCR?
my dad shuts off the internet after what period of time in the internet?
Like late at night.
Late at night. One, that's not abuse.
Yeah, that's not. That doesn't even
Yeah.
count. Doesn't even come close. And like, I don't know. I haven't looked at your plan. And A and B, I don't know who pays the internet bill either.
Yeah, Mal,
So-
you had a rebuttal to that though, Mal. So please take it.
Okay, so I was like in call, like 2 calls or 3 calls with her and Rocky, and they would like stay up really late till where it's like, they're about to fall asleep. And in my time when they do that, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock, and I live in Australia, right? So that's like, I think depending on where you live in America, 4 o'clock is like 11 p.m.
Hold on, let me check.
So depends
Time
where you are. I
Well,
think
we'll tell you what.
that's,
It's 9 p.m. here right now. What time is it there?
1:14.
Somebody
In the
crunch the
morning?
numbers. My math. Australia to America.
1:14 what, AM or PM?
PM.
So no, it's the middle of the afternoon when it's going into the night here. So they were
Yeah,
probably talking during the daytime when it was
no,
very
no,
late
no.
at night for you.
No. Sorry, I got my times. It's
AM or
like 4
PM?
That
for
would
me,
be
and
12
for-
a.m.
I
Yeah.
think we've lost this point here.
Well, more importantly,
Yeah.
I've said my piece on this,
Yes.
so I'm going to go ahead and hop out. You guys have a good night.
All right, no problem.
All right, you too.
All right, let me.
And like, I'm kind of with Leo on this. I don't care that. Well, I do care that she tried to ruin my life, made my wife cry, and damaged the mental health of thousands of people who were directly affected by the fucking Zoophile police incident. The people that were exposed to fucking Valana's self-harm pictures because Jazz decided to enable a serial abuser. All of the people who were explicitly abused by fucking Valana during the Zoophile incident, which was enabled by this literal self-obsessed troglodyte, like this actual shitheel. I do hope that she fucking raises all the money she needs and then she fucking disappears. I don't ever want to hear the username Cyber After for the rest of my fucking life if this GoFundMe actually is successfully funded.
Well,
I hope you disappear off the face
She's
of the
already gotten $6,000.
Yeah, there's another point here I wanted to get.
today.
Yeah,
it was an hour
In the
ago.
in the last hour, they've raised
Well,
over
hold
$6,000.
I really like the ZPD, the Zoophile Police on Twitter, and till then, I'd heard that they'd had their hiccups, but that was Aruza supposedly works there. It's the 1st.
They're not cool. It's fine.
I like Ruza, but anyways, yes.
Ruza's my enemy.
Given time, you guys will hear wonderful meltdowns from his our TFT games that I'm going to splice together later. But that's entirely off topic here. The whole point is that I had to drop what I was doing at those times because I remember hearing that Patch got in trouble, and I was like, look, this can't happen here. That's supposed to be a very clean situation. Now, the fact that it fell apart over there isn't entirely Jazz's fault, but she sure didn't help matters. She certainly pointed them in a wrong fucking direction.
She's a contributing factor. It was also.
Oh no, I
Valana's
don't
fault.
think that would have snowballed as badly as it did.
It eventually would have. It eventually probably would have.
Well, I mean, we can do 20/20 hindsight and go like, oh, the place was just a house of cards the whole time. You see, but I really do see how they got the ball rolling on that shit. I don't know.
All right.
The two of them, like.
Yeah, I don't think
had
it would have
only-
snowballed as fast. Yeah.
I had only the day before. It was literally the day after I had announced that, like, okay, since everyone keeps asking, here's my real account, and I announced that I was the new admin on the account. Because people wanted to know, and I thought it was safe for me to say, no, yeah, I'm Patchwork Art. I'm the new volunteer on the Zoophile police staff.
For the record, Ruza, like
And then the day after.
the advice I wanted to give to people, and as much as I like making rock stars out of fucking people who are doing the right shit, I thought the lesson we took away from that is just don't tell anybody. It'll be a neat little, just as long as everybody's doing the right stuff behind the closed doors. Don't. You have a lot of enemies too, right, Ruza? I could only assume.
A ton of them, but I like arguing with every single one of them.
Okay, that's the thing I'd like to take away from this shit. If you have even half as many goddamn enemies as Patch does, maybe not make it any easier. I know certain people work over there, and I'd rather you could ignore my advice, but my advice would be like, don't broadcast to the world the people in charge of the Twitter account. That's just my whole
No,
thing.
yeah, that's a lesson I had to learn too, which is why the other accounts that I work with don't know that it's me. I keep my identity really private these days because I don't want that fucking Zoophile Police shit to happen again. We're still rebuilding. The Zoophile Police's new account barely has a third of what it used to have. Probably less. We used to have 35k fucking followers. We used to have a massive following. Now it's barely at 10.
Well,
probably less.
Give it time. But here, let's get to this other thing here. No, Rouge gave this to me at the beginning of the day, and I wanted to wait till enough people came along here.
That was passed to me by Spoken.
Yes, well, okay, Spoken. You get the finder's fee for this bounty.
Yeah, what's the bonus?
Well, yeah, I didn't quite get this at first, so I'm just reading it off. It says Seasons of Evergreen. I'm like, okay, that's Seasons of the Wicked. Moondrunk Monster. I don't know exactly who that is. Quillstroke. I do know who that is. Fluffy 2 cents. I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Fluffy, and from what I understand, I could do without having it. Prophetic Prose. I think we talked to you once upon a lifetime ago. And Barboa 476. That is our sweet beloved Massacre Molly that freaking Buttons here, Eden, had sent Season to let us know that she was going to distance, don't you know, away from...
That they didn't know the full story.
Yes,
and this was posted right after the stream.
Yeah, my boyfriend and so many more. You are all wonderful, and I can't thank you for your support.
Whoa!
Yeah, but so yeah, no, Eden wanted to let you know that she's like, I have nothing to do with Molly. Oh, by the way, thank you, Molly.
Wait.
So,
who was that? Who was that Wiccan who came to bat or said they were the messenger for Buttons?
Well, hold it. Yeah, hold
wow.
it. Hold it. Seasons of the Wigan, as far as I can tell, hadn't screwed up, as far as I know. So
no, I'm saying like they like I said, they seemed legit, and we're like, yeah, I wouldn't go to bat for this person. They're not going to prove correct on this, and they were like, no, it seems right, but now they.
Buttons
immediately.
Yeah, Buttons immediately in fucking zero time ran out and reached out to Molly immediately.
No, gave a heartfelt, I know who my real friends are tweet to them.
Yes. And here's Quill. So we will make sure that Quillstroke gets her edgy red vest and top hat as she's standing over on that side of the tracks.
Yeah,
that's all right, Quill.
You're getting a denim vest and a top hat now.
As I told the Looney Turtle, you edgy asshole, I can't wait for you to buy you a top hat and a red vest. So, jeez.
This is a fucking disaster.
I know. Jeez. Oh, who the hell?
Oh, that's
is this?
great.
Oh, someone says in chat, by the way, Buttons did a stream today saying that she's not in contact with Toon, but she's sticking and supporting Molly Massacre.
All right. So, anyways, I'll put you in step if you want. In fact, what 2, 3, 4?
I wanted to bring
5,
up
6,
something.
7, 8, 9, 10. I guess I could get rid of Myriad. You can come back later.
Oh, poor Myriad.
No, I like Myriad.
Yeah, it's just it's a logistic.
Yeah, no, I know. I like him too.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. Let me mute the stream.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
To be honest with, all right, now hold it here. Hold it here, Step. I have never come after Rocky, whether he was interested in jazz or not. Whether she was 17 or 18, I have expressed that does not interest me at all.
No, I never.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. No one. No, I specifically, not no one. I am not accusing Rocky.
I'm not coming this from. I'm not coming this from the angle it was an attack. I was just making clarification because the minute I joined the stream, I started hearing other people talking about jazz, and I thought, okay, I might want to clarify something, not from the perspective of an attack, but just as a general clarification.
You will probably have heat in this call, and it won't be from me. So
yeah,
take it away. Anyone who has a problem with that whole situation, we could get that ironed out tonight.
What situation?
I don't know. There've been some gripes and gropes about freaking jazz and Rocky, whether those were romantic or not. I have not cared.
I'm aware of the NSFW trial, and that was part of the reason Rocky decided to take that week-long internet break.
Oh, I didn't even know anything.
She's getting too cringe. I'm gonna take a break.
I didn't know anything about that. What internet drawing?
Well, I thought
That's wonderful. You want to hold on?
Don't put it
take
in the
back
room.
To square one. Yeah,
Sure.
take it back to take it back to square one on that. What happened?
Jazz
with that? I don't
drew
hear
this
anything about
really degenerate NSFW drawing, as far as I know, without Rocky's knowledge. And when she posted it in her NSFW chat, Rocky was like, "Okay." I think he pretended to be okay with it, but it was like, "All right, I'm done with this. I'm taking a break. This is degenerate." He got done with Jazz's shit. She ruined her and Emmy and their retarded role playing ruined Hasbro for a while.
And strictly speaking, like as a rule of thumb, it's kind of understood that you don't do NSFW art of other people's characters without their permission. Like I know that's against certain places' rules.
Yeah, I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, and you know what? And hold it. And if she wants to do shit like that, there's a room called Cloudy Bronies whatever where she could do that all she wants.
That's all day, all day.
Yeah, all day.
Cloudy's new friend.
It's like a party for porn of underage characters.
I wasn't gonna go that far,
Also,
but I don't disagree.
Wait, hold on.
Real quick, I was asked to someone
It's
just
every lowly lover's dream. and my greatest nightmare.
Let's just call this, a place where fans of the show Big Mouth can hang out.
Okay.
I have one thing.
All right. So let's get back to Step. You're saying.
Someone DM'd me. Someone DM'd me saying, it would be nice to be a good point to point out that we have voice call evidence that Jazz did the zoophile police shit for revenge.
I do have those downloaded. I do have a file dedicated to Jazz. I have gotten distracted by a couple of things, and I will take the full brink over the responsibility that I have not gotten to the Jazz video. For whatever reason, it's not acceptable. I will try to get that out.
You got some padding for the back end of it.
Yeah, at least I'm hyping it up now. I hope people. Yeah.
Exactly.
I also have the full archive of the evidence of Jazz and Buttons collaborating.
Anthony, have you ever padded a call with a live stream you did, like with content that you already released?
Yes.
I mean, I haven't done. When I've had to go back and freaking prove that, from more recent people who didn't want to.
Just for context. Okay, yeah, all right. For anyone who missed it, per se, yeah.
Yes. I didn't listen to all of the whole Jazz thing. I was more horrified about that. The dude that they entrapped. That story about the. How old was that girl? 14.
I mean, she was 14 at the time.
15. Yeah, Balana.
No, there was
a total of 6 or 7 different.
I think Anthony's talking about him.
No, I'm talking about the girl that fucking Jazz and
follows Jazz around.
Yeah, they used.
Emmy, 13 or 14, one of the two.
Yeah, 13 or 14. They tried to entrap some dude. He said no at first. And then
John Constable. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to.
Well, there was also this other guy.
That I got to admit that broke my heart because I was like, oh, you were so close to making the right move, you dumb motherfucker.
That's so fucked. Jazz tricked a fucking teenager into falling in love with her. That's so creepy.
That isn't quite it. Step.
Not her at all.
Wrong one. Yeah, wrong case.
John really had a thing for Emmy, wanted a girlfriend. Jazz was posting about it in her server. Emmy decided, ooh, I want to see if I can entrap this dude, and started messaging them. Step got involved and yelled at them to stop. They didn't listen. Then they got Diesel and everyone involved to go after him for being a quote-unquote pedophile when she entrapped him.
What the fuck?
I know.
Yeah.
And look, this is similar to the this is a similar situation to when I was like, hey, probably shouldn't be posting uncensored NSFW chat stuff in a chat with a minor, and she just didn't care. We're dealing with a very strange individual, to say the very least, when it comes to morality.
Emmy is like Jazz's mini-me.
Emmy's 14! I mean,
that's horrifying.
Yeah, I hope not. I sure hope not.
Emmy is not Jazz's mini-me.
Is anyone friends with this Emmy person to get them the fuck away from Jazz?
I used to, and then there was this whole drama and stuff, and they just okay.
Well, if they're,
I think I have that Discord. Let me look.
Well, I'm not we're
not asking to.
Good thing we got rid of Myriad because he'd be like, "Oh, can we rate it?" No.
Well, I mean, yeah, this ain't the old days, guys. I mean,
God.
Do you ever miss the old stuff? Because
well, back when it was simpler and this shit wasn't.
Oh man, back in the old days when the stakes were so much lower.
God, remember when the most drama we ever dealt with was like art thieves?
Someone didn't pay for an art commission, or they traced some shit. Yeah,
I did.
No, I don't remember. I was not around.
I did have an issue that I didn't bring up because it was your room, and I didn't want to start shit over there or some shit like that. When I saw Sega, didn't she raise $10K and then didn't use any of it to go and leave her house?
That was a thing, I think.
Oh,
She did use it though.
Oh, she eventually did.
I mean, I said.
Well, I know it got spent.
Yeah, I can waste the money.
No, she applied for college and
But that's not what the GoFundMe was for, though.
Did she
No,
move out?
she applied for college so that she could live on campus. So that she could move out. She needed a sort of way to do it without her parents getting all psycho crazy on her. So she came up with the college excuse, and she's taking courses and living out of her home, closer to where Voice is, so they visit each other regularly. She's safe.
Okay,
It's
all right.
taken care of.
That
was a whole conversation I had with her for a long time about when are you gonna do this? You need to fucking stand up.
Wait, did she move out or not?
She did. It just took a lot of pressure and a lot of conversations.
That first, it's where the rubber meets the road. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anybody, cough, cough, I look around the room and don't want to call anyone out specifically, who had any specific issues about Rocky and Jazz, so that I never have to hear about it for the rest of my life, ever? If you should hold your peace now, I don't want to hear about it later.
I just don't like Rocky very much. I'm civil with him, but I just don't like him, and I don't think he's good for Jazz.
They were never dating in the first place.
Okay.
Good. That's fucking good. I'm glad.
Anyone else?
And I never.
Okay. Okay. So here I'll.
Rocky got very tired of Jazz.
I will express what some of the concern that I've heard.
Absolutely.
The fact that they stayed up late night together and fell asleep together, was it just one-on-one that happened?
No, we determined that happened at a different.
Yeah, take it away, Mal.
Day that it wasn't late.
I was in there like twice when they fell asleep.
Oh wow!
So was it more romantic or just they were just being lazy?
Well, to be fair,
they're both being lazy.
Oh,
well, Rocky has fallen.
That's something two nerds can do. I've heard him fall asleep in the call before.
My only contention is that Rocky has accidentally fallen asleep in call with me a couple times. Not for but he just falls asleep.
Was Anthony being romantic when he fell asleep in call when him and me were talking? No.
All right, hold it. I was about to say. I was about to say. There's that time Ravita fell asleep in call. And we heard his mom bring him mac and cheese. I didn't think there was anything romantic about that.
Oh, that was adorable.
I wish we had got that on tape, but anyways. But yeah, I'm asking it out there so that no one can be mad at me in the future that I didn't ask.
I wonder what Mama Vita's homemade mac and cheese is.
Oh, I'm assuming that was a crap
I would not
box.
be opposed.
Oh, okay, I'm picturing. I'm just like.
Well, hey, Kraft Original Cheddar is the bomb.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
I just imagine everyone has an awesome, great family like mine, and all the food's homemade, and I don't know.
Well, most of our food's.
Oh, you got? Do you have the 5-layer fucking mac and cheese?
Oh, yeah, with the 3 noodles and the cottage cheese layer in the middle. Oh my god,
no question.
They say ricotta.
If your mac and cheese isn't basically lasagna but with elbow macaroni noodles, then it's not mac and cheese.
We did the tricolor rotini. I really like it with that.
Oh.
But yeah, and you got to do cottage cheese instead of ricotta. I know it's like, oh, you're going to use the Italian cheese, but the cottage cheese is so much meltier. It's so good.
You could do half and half
if you want that tinge, but I find ricotta grainy. I think that the sauce, the secret is the ricotta is not the ricotta, but the cottage cheese, just the regular off the grocery store, get it anywhere kind of stuff, man.
If I tried to replace ricotta with cottage cheese, I'm pretty sure that the spirit of my Italian grandfather would
any
rise
recipe
from the grate and
right? No, you know
manifest in
what
my
though?
home.
No, you know what would have happened though? Like the traditional way is just you never tried it. If you had just gave him a plate of the mac and cheese, he tasted, be like, it's so creamy. I love it. Like I don't. You think that Italian would rise from the grave for substituting one cheese for another.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
You don't understand. My grandfather loved ricotta cheese so much that he had a stuffed polar bear named Ricotta.
Ricotta.
That was,
no way.
I own it. It's in my fucking spare room right now.
Okay.
I inherited it from him after he died. It's the last thing I have.
No, hold it. Here, no, patch. I know I've given brony analysts a hard time for wiggling around plushies, but if you manage to tell that whole backstory and put that in your videos from now on, this is ricotta cheese polar bear, I'd watch those videos. Yeah.
I zoned out for like 1 minute.
Are we gonna do? Are we gonna do a
waggling?
All right.
Plushy waggling.
All right. I think. All right. Hold it. I know there's like 3 or 4 people who want to keep going about the mac and cheese thing. That's enough of that. Do we have anything else?
How the fuck did it get to that? I zoned out for 1 minute and everyone was talking about cheese.
We bullied Vita for a second and then it just.
Yeah, I know. We got fucking
podcast. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't worry, Brony. I'll make my own mac and cheese podcast.
No, you can't say it again. You guys, it's over.
Okay, so get
Archer's unmuted. Don't say the N-word.
Okay,
I'm not gonna say it, Lisa. Jesus.
We did that earlier, right?
Yes.
Yes, you all bullied me. I'm not gonna say it. Go away.
All right.
Archer is a black supremacist.
Hold on there. His name is. Hold it. Holy shit! That's not. He's not Wootmaster for fuck's sake. Jesus.
No, he admitted so himself in a barrel call.
Prove it.
Did you turn into Scooby-Doo for a second there?
Wow. Would you tell us you're a Scooby
I admitted nothing.
Would you tell us where you admitted for a Scooby snack?
Yes.
Shut up, child.
Archer, does that make Cloudy your Shaggy?
Oh man, that's
I will
perfect.
Fight you.
No, I won't fight anybody.
I will fight you, you boomer.
All right, can you draw that, Archer?
What?
You can't even draw necks.
You and Cloudy as Shag and Scoob and get like the mystery
with the very long neck, with the long neck, with Nordic's long neck.
Yeah.
Do it in the
I want you and Norval. I want you as Scoobert Dubert and Cloudy as Norval Shaggy Rogers. Thank you very much.
Step could be Scrappy Doo.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, that was incredible.
Love everything about it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he sucks.
I hated the Scooby-Doo movie so much.
Scooby-Doo is universally hated.
Those movies are just acid reflux inducing. Yeah, I can't stand those fucking movies.
The Red Shirt Shaggy movies are the worst ones. Like,
I'm okay with I'm okay with all the old animated stuff up to a point.
Oh come on! You can't tell me ghouls. You can't tell me you actually liked ghouls.
They got Vincent Price on that shit is my answer to that.
Really?
Yeah.
You want me to dislike the Vincent Price and I'm not
you can like Vincent Price and still think the movie was trash. It was
I don't care. No, I don't. No, it was not a waste of his talent. His presence elevated the entire project to a point where I won't talk shit about it.
Jesus.
Like no, I've got huge problems with Mandalorian, but it's got Werner Herzog. Okay, all right.
I liked Mandalorian not just because of Baby Yoda, so therefore.
It's like if suddenly Eric Roberts appeared in the B movie, you'd all.
No, like that's the thing. He's not, but no, it's not the same as that. Because Eric Roberts is someone I respect because he's been in everything, and like it doesn't matter how bad your movie is, he needs the work and he'll take the job and he'll do a good job, and everyone on set will like working with him. Like he's a successful actor because he works hard at it, not because he's like the greatest.
I might be wrong about this, but wasn't Nicolas Cage in the B movie?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
But why are we talking about B movie when Ants is a far more relevant? I mean.
Oh, by the way, for anyone listening, I want to give credit where credit is due. The person who nicknamed this title is Step for this room. I had a feeling when we did that first fucking stream with who was that retard? The creepy black dude who was
dark
Draco K9 Blaze. Yeah, I looked at this room and said, God, we've got to keep this going. This is too good. We can't.
This was the room.
Yes. I was a little horrified.
Is that why Rouge yelled at me when I tried change the name of the room.
Yeah, I was like, no,
no.
This room has to stay. Yeah.
It's a staple.
It's worked. This room has worked a couple of times.
No, I like even. I love the name of this room. It's hilarious.
It's a nice name. And it's been relevant more than once. There was this really weird communist we had in here. What was this? It was a furry. It was a communist furry who called Anthony a neo-Nazi or something.
Which one was that?
My art program just crashed.
Well,
I hope you
fix
saved
it.
stuff.
Yeah, Control S every 5 seconds.
Dude. Amy's Discord is deleted. Is that brand new? Mal?
That was from...
What?
10 minutes ago.
Yeah, how soon did they delete their Discord?
Yeah, when did that happen?
I heard they were planning on deleting their Discord like ages ago. I can't exactly remember.
So it could have been from anywhere between right now to a few months ago.
Well, here's my only reason, my question for that. The GoFundMe mentions the Discord here. Come join now.
Oh yeah.
When did the GoFundMe go up?
Let's look.
I don't know. I just
I said 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
So that makes me skeptical about them thinking they were going to delete it a while ago. That's just my thought.
That doesn't line up. It would seem they.
Twitter.
It would seem they still had it when they put the GoFundMe up. So that's new.
I think
So
yeah, created 19 hours ago, and let me.
Emmy is not Jazz.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't say it was.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Oh, sorry,
I
was confused. Sorry, wait.
Yeah, Jazz's
Discord is deleted.
Emmy's Discord user.
Sorry, had my wires crossed.
Emmy's profile is no longer a thing.
Okay.
Had my wires crossed.
All right, so yeah, I'm just reading off from here. It says you
so
can
I was
reach me on
confused,
my
like, what the
Twitter or
hell?
Discord server, according to if you go to Cyber After.
Yeah, that's Jazz. That's
had my
not
wires
Emmy.
crossed. Had my wires crossed,
Okay.
guys. Sorry.
Emmy is a 14-year-old who
was trying to be, who's a super sleuth. What are you talking about? The super sleuth, Emmy? That's she's one of the greatest detectives who ever lived. She came up with that great sting operation.
the Caped Crusader. The Caped Crusader, Emmy.
I remember when Step really liked Emmy just because of her heritage.
Wait a minute, I didn't say that.
Whoa!
One of her heritage.
You are missing a lot of context.
I don't mean like apparently.
I said she was Russian and German, and all I said was based, and we continued our conversation.
I don't know what like wanting to.
I'm just imagining Step going. You can now sit at the big kids table.
Welcome to the ethno state.
Yeah,
the big kids table.
Didn't you lie about having sex with a French woman to impress Beryl?
Wait,
that was true. I did do that. Because that was retarded.
Him.
Why? Well, I'm not a liar.
No, I know. I believe him, and at your age, it's what I would have done. And
well, this was 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, and you already right. Well, I'm just saying, like, however long ago it was, like, yeah, I probably would have too. It's probably something I would look back at as a dumb decision.
That's what I get for idolizing.
Yeah,
that's what I get for idolizing brony people, I guess.
Sure.
That's what you get for idolizing anyone. Don't have idols. It's bad for your mental health.
Well, you know, all right. Wait, Step. Let me give you a comparison here. That'd be like if Buttons like sat there and said, "This is what I get for wanting to hang out with has-been hotel people." God forbid you take some responsibility for your fuck ups. Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, when I do something retarded, it's my fault usually.
I said it was my fault for idolizing people.
For idolizing
That's what I just
people.
said.
Yeah, I mean. The lesson there is about like how you interact, like whether you idolize people or not. That's like a big life lesson that some people never learn. Some people still, like old men, go to baseball stadiums and watch guys throw balls at each other because they idolize those people. And they pay money to do it. You know, I like baseball too, but I don't idolize the players.
Oh, I forgot we should put
talent.
We should put this challenge out there. Buttons, if you would like to come forward and clean up this misunderstanding, even though I think you've completely destroyed your credibility. Yeah. Come on down.
You can bring one friend.
Yes.
Actually, I want to throw out one more shot at Jazz here. At least Buttons pretended to apologize to me.
I think that's. I mean, no. I think the fake apology is worse. I'm sorry. I usually
really
can see through.
sorry.
Yeah, I can usually see through a fake apology. I think people who are unapologetic about their dumb shit, that's work.
Yeah, like I was just checking.
Like you ain't a fucking super
I'm
villain.
sorry.
You ain't untouchable. Like fucking
like
try to apologize at
Listen,
least.
Patch.
Whenever this stuff happens, she always goes offline. Like when I was trying to look for Emmy, I noticed her Discord was like on still billion now.
Well,
it's offline. I'm like,
I can make a better example of that though, Brony. If the fake apology is making them suffer for having to give it, where they are not enjoying doing it, I want it.
Oh, yeah.
Patch,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no.
Patch.
Well,
Like for example, for whatever reason, if like we ran into a con with Fiora and she talked to our teeth, I am sorry that and then you could tell that she hated every moment, and I'd be like, that's so good.
Yeah. Hey, no.
The way that they fucking apologized was the worst part because they were like, I am recanting my accusations of bestiality against Patchwork Heart because I didn't know the artwork was coerced.
No, like if
it was the driest, most like dishonest bullshit.
Oh, look, I'm sorry that you think I ruined your credibility, okay?
no, just like
That would've been
vendor
fucking-
hall, like, hey, I got the blackjack dog here. We're getting a bunch of people from the Fallout Equestria scene to sign it. Just something for the charity auction. Hey, Mitzi Monster's with me here. You want to? I think you got something you want to tell her about, like about how a little thing went at a certain con, like. Like just drag it out of him. Oh yeah, I would. Like they knew they didn't want to do it, but like have her
You're
standing
a very
right there.
cruel
Yeah.
man.
Oh no, I'll come up with a.
Oh no. That, like, you want to
like,
talk about cruel?
No,
like,
hold it.
No, in a good way, dude.
Well, hold it, Brony.
Con theatrics last year before last. Fuck it.
Imagine if we managed to get Retro to apologize. You have every right in the world to have blah 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 blah. Your con.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That'd be like he's compromising. He's like,
You okay?
Hard. He doesn't want.
Who just had the cough? Who has coronavirus?
That was just my wife.
Yeah, she has coronavirus. Isolated.
Oh, would you knock
Shoot
it off?
her.
No, they're just smoking weed, dude.
Yes.
Shut up. They're just smoking weed.
My dad does that, and every time someone in the house, someone coughs,
Better
like we've
safe
been
than sorry.
coughing for a while.
Better safe than sorry.
We're both chronic asthmatics who smoke weed and have allergies. We've been coughing since we were born.
You maybe want to cut one of those out. I don't. Never mind it. I'm
I'm here for a good time, Drew. I'm here for a good time. The planet's dying. I don't give a shit.
Don't stop.
It's been dying.
Archer, look at the pictures I posted in that one group run.
Did you post more
Flutter Rocket?
What the hell?
I saw this funny clip that someone posted in a server I'm in. Who was the weird guy whose dad asked if they were watching Redacted?
Strider. Yeah.
Strider.
Yes, my server is bullying him for that as we speak.
Yeah, I got the clip.
Wait, yeah, I missed that one, guys. I didn't.
You're so boring.
We were in a Twitch stream with freaking Patch when we were.
That moment when the stream's so
You're
boring.
one of the admins in my server, Brony.
Who is?
I am.
Brony
Yeah,
is.
I am in her. I'm one of your admins. Yes.
You ever felt like that you
when
could
I
be
invited
feeling-
him, he was just like, "You have to give me power that I can abuse."
I'm not giving me
otherwise there's
power.
No point.
Yeah. It's my stand. Whenever someone asks me to join their Discord,
It's like yeah. Why
thing.
wouldn't you want Brony Inspector as a mod?
I'm a great mod.
You never do anything that I wouldn't approve of.
All the servers I'm in that I'm mod for all agree that I'm chill and reasonable, and
I'll be back.
And I know the difference between a poorly managed Discord group and a well-managed one. So,
What's your opinion on mine?
Good, well run.
Nothing bad yet.
Yeah, no one's. There's been no trouble, and you've got tons of eyeballs on it. So there you go.
The last time we had trouble was when Baiji raided it the day that it opened.
The raids happen. That's a raid. Like that's good. All right. The fact that you know what, Patch, I actually wouldn't have. If I had been mod then, I'd have been like, well,
I was a part of that
day,
raid.
you're gonna have
The only reason why it happened was because I didn't have any mods yet. The server
poorly managed Discord server.
I was a part of that, and I remember I had this alt account called Left Click.
Even if you had mods and I were one of them, I would have probably let all of that slide because first day you gotta have a little chat, right?
You gotta have experience. You gotta know what you're in for.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. You're running a chat. Raids can happen. Why? It's you also, so that makes it better. You understand how that makes it better. You just by existing, it's like, oh, Patchwork has a server. You say, well, I enjoy pretzels. It's a heart sewn back together. I always thought it was a pretzel.
What are we talking about?
My logo is not a logo. Pretzel.
It's obviously.
Wait, what's the logo?
Because when I was pretzel. It's a delicious dessert pretzel, and everyone knows it.
It's not a pretzel.
That is clearly a pretzel.
We're calling it. All in favor of renaming it the pretzel?
The pretzel.
Listen, it's pretzel. We all know it.
Here, if you don't know my logo, it's the one that's on my character's shirt.
I enjoy pretzels.
Oh, now I can't unsee it as a pretzel.
Look, it has the little lines that go over the thing. It looks like a pretzel.
Pretzel cat.
That's not what a heart looks like.
You have a shirt with a purple pretzel on it.
It does look like a pretzel.
Dude, I want like an 80s vaporwave shirt with that, and I want it to say Patches Pretzels.
All right, somebody put some salt dots on it. So
yes. No, Anthony, it's a scrumptious dessert pretzel. So
it's a pretty edgy looking
pretzel. I hate all of
It's been dipped in delicious purple frosting, and it's wonderful.
Yes. You can get
that. But now you're making me want to have those produced and sold in the
we are gonna get purple yogurt pretzels for your next table. That is gonna be the thing you have at your table.
Like, I'm gonna have them in these little bags.
No, they are not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna allow candy at tables anymore.
Nice.
Not after the fucking coronavirus.
So I think we should probably call the stream. This has gone on.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
We've completely tangented.
Oh god.
Yeah, we went from talking about jazz abundance to
pretzels. All right.
To whether Patchwork has a pretzel on their shirt or not.